everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you my deep obsession with Pride of Szeged spices. Let's go see what these are all about. This is my top 6 list, except you see there's more than 6. I'm actually sharing with you my Pride of Szeged collection. Now, I have a deep obsession, I would say, with this particular brand of spices, and it is because it is close to my heart. It's something that I grew up seeing my grandmother, my mom, who was Hungarian, use as a child. My mother always used the Hungarian paprika in her cooking growing up, and then, you know, as time went by, they became increasingly more difficult to locate. Well, several years ago, I found a website that actually carried all of these spices, but even before that, I started seeing them pop up in places like TJ Maxx, and I did find the paprika in the local grocery store, and it just took me back. You know, it was a happy memory from when I was a childhood. Who knew that they made more than the paprika? But that's where it all started. Now, Szeged, if you don't know, used to be the capital of Hungary, and so Pride of Szeged is made in Hungary. All these spices are imported, and I buy mine now from a website called Columbia Spice Company. You've heard me talk about them before. They carry every single Pride of Szeged spice that is available in the United States. They currently have 3 or 4 new ones that they've come out with. They've come out with a poultry seasoning. They've come out with nutmeg, pumpkin pie and apple pie spice, and something else. I can't remember what it is. But I don't have those yet because the people at Columbia Spice don't have access to them, and when they did get some, they sold out of them super fast. And I, unfortunately, was not some of those people who were lucky enough to get them. But I'm telling you right now, you hear me talk about the chicken rub all the time. This chicken rub is by far the best chicken seasoning that I have ever used, and I will never attempt to replicate it. You know, I make my own spice blends all the time. I share how you can make them at home, but honestly, these are some of the most delicious spice blends I have ever used. I use them all. The chicken and the steak most are the two that I use the most. And I use the chicken on pork. I use it on, obviously, chicken, for roasting chicken, for pan-searing chicken breasts. The steak rub I use in hamburgers. I use in just about anything. I use ground beef in. I use it in pot roast. Anytime there's beef, I'm using that steak rub. The rib rub is so delicious. I use this when I pressure cook baby back ribs. I use this when I make a barbecue pork tenderloin or quick roast, you name it. This is just the perfect blend. It's sweet, it's savory, it's got a little bit of heat to it. It's just really amazing. The fish rub I use a lot, but we don't eat a lot of fish. I use this also when I make shrimp or crab. Throwing in a spoonful of this really enhances the flavors. But you know, it all started with paprika, and that's the only kind of paprika I will use. The hot paprika is delicious. It's not like smoked paprika, it's just spicy paprika. I would say it's along the lines of a cayenne pepper. So keep that in mind. You'll also see there's a pizza seasoning. This is some of the finest pizza seasoning I have ever tasted. It's just a wonderful blend. It's got the perfect balance of heat, and it's got some fennel seeds in there, and it's got lots of garlic and onion, and it's chunky, so it's not like super fine, and it just is delicious to put on top of your pizza. I use this in meatballs. I use it when I make anything with a spaghetti sauce base, and it's just really delicious. You also see garlic powder, cinnamon sugar, and ground cinnamon. Now, you'll also notice that there are some differences in the packaging. These smaller containers are newer, and they're also plastic. These older containers are metal, and this is what I originally bought and will never ever get rid of. And if you are one of my viewers who's been with me a while, I did give away whole sets of these, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And if you have these, do not get rid of these tins because they don't make them anymore. I often will just refill these with powdered garlic that I get from Sam's Club or whatever, but the tins are really, to me, what's close to my heart. They're really nostalgic, and I just love them. But like I said, Columbia Spice Company carries all of these, but they have gone to this smaller plastic container. These are less refill friendly. These, the lids just pop right off, and it's easy. You can just pop the lids right back on. And these are getting a little bit aged, but I'm not going to get rid of them because they're awesome to me and I love them. So that is my Szeged Spice collection. So that is my top 6 plus 4 because there's 10 today. But that's my whole collection of my Szeged spices, and a lot of you ask about them. I'm going to leave a link down below to where you can go check them out at Columbia Spice Company, and I think that you'll find they have a lot to offer, not just the Pride of Szeged spices, but they have a lot of things. If you are a sausage maker or if you just want to buy spices in bulk, they have really great prices on stuff like that. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me sharing my obsession with Pride of Szeged spices. You guys know I am the flippin' spice queen, and if there's a spice to be had, I'm gonna have it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you are new to my kitchen, welcome. It's always a pleasure to welcome new friends in, and I hope that you learned something. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you are a tried and true member of the Noreen's Kitchen family, please be sure and hit the bell notification button so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video, because we don't want any of you to miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you'll check out Pride of Szeged spices, and I hope that you love them. And until next time, I'll see ya.